So Lorraine Sizer now is next on the water. Now, Lorraine has a personal best of 29.9. She got 25.1 this morning. Watching our webcast, if it all looks a bit quiet here, well, we've had a lunch break. Some people still eating their lunch. We're just at the start of the round 2 for amateurs. It's a little quiet around here, but it does build up all the way through until we get the super jocks back on the ramp yet again. But what a thrill it is for all of our amateurs to be mingling with these stories or these athletes that they read stories about in the magazines, photographs, etc., throughout the year, and all of a sudden here they are standing right beside them, rubbing shoulders and enjoying the experience. And what we find over the years is that if you're out there and you're competing at any level and you've got a world champion somewhere close by, for some reason it just tends to improve your own performances. So Lorraine Sizer on the water right now. She has a personal best of 29.9. This is the first of 3 in round 2. Up she goes. Looks about 22, 23 meters. Nice solid jump. And we'll get that distance for you in just a moment. $24.6. That's against a personal best of 29.9, so she can find another 5 or 6 meters if she wants to make this her day and get a new personal best. Let's see what happens. Lorraine is number 5 off the dock. We have 32 amateurs in this section. It is a huge field of jumpers. She'll be followed by Chris Singleton, Great Britain, Kate Hazelwood, Great Britain, and Simon Woolridge from Great Britain. They're the next 3. We just got a glimpse of our chief judge, Gavin Kelly, talking to some friends there on our webcast, going out on stokesskis.com. And on the water here now, jump number 2 for Lorraine Sizer from Great Britain in the 45-plus age group. That's a nice jump. And she held on. Okay, creeping up on PB territory there. That was 29.9 is her PB. That looked like it might have been around 25, 26. It's 26.5, I believe. Yes, that is confirmed, 26.5. Dana Garcia calling the scores here. Very clear voice, always helps us around the world. Dana was with us when we were all down together in Melbourne, Australia for the Moomba Masters this year. They had 1.2 million people on site, and they reckon something over 200,000 spectators watching the Moomba Masters in that section of the river. I never get used to it. This was my it was my 21st Moomba Masters this year. Really, it's an amazing experience. If you haven't a chance to get down there, put it on your bucket list. There is nothing like it anywhere in the world because it's in the middle of a very large city on a beautiful river with lovely big high banks on each side. So it creates an amphitheater, natural stadium for the spectators who come to attend the Moomba Festival, which is a citywide festival over that holiday weekend and the second weekend of March. But here we are now back at Hazelwood Ski World, and the third jump is coming up for Lorraine Sizer from Great Britain. Her last jump in this round. She's got a 26.5 on the board against a personal best of 29.9. Again, it looks like it's up there somewhere around the 26-meter mark, and we'll watch the Splash Ice scoreboard to get the distance confirmed. $26.3. So she'll take 26.5 as our best out of this round. Okay, moving on quickly now. I believe we've got Chris Singleton next on the dock. Welcome back, Chris. He put in a whopper this morning of 48.7. So Chris coming back now to see if he can improve on this morning's performance, 48.7. He has a PB of 53.2, capable of getting over that 50-meter mark. By profession, an electrician, all the way from Liverpool over there on the west coast. Here he comes now for jump number 1. Chris Singleton, Great Britain. Such a consistent jumper. Looked pretty close to this morning's distance. He got a 48.7. It looked like it could be close to that 48-meter mark. Let's just see what Splash Eye says. 48.5. Well, that's a better opener than he had this morning. He jumped 45.7 as his opening jump this morning. He's got 48.5 now in the opening one this afternoon. So maybe that's a sign that Chris is getting closer and closer to the 50-meter mark. Personal best of 53.2. Chris Singleton from Liverpool. Here he comes. Jump number 2, 48.5, and jump number 1, 48.7 this morning. Personal best, 53.2. That's a nice jump. Closing in on that 50-meter mark. 48.5 and jump number 1. He's landing in that same territory. It's 48.7. So here we go. Great set here from Chris Singleton. Very consistent. 48.5 and a 48.7. Personal best 53.2. So can he add a little more? Can he break that 50-meter barrier? Well, we're just about to find out. Here he comes. So consistent when you see him set up perfect every time. Lovely kick, lovely float, landing. Oh, can he pull away from this one? Yes, he can. That looks somewhere around the 48, 49 mark yet again. Very, very consistent. He'd love to break the 50. 49.2, very close. That's the best of the set. 49.2. He'll carry that one into the best. And that outperforms his event this morning of 48.7. So well done to Chris. Kate Hazelwood, I believe, is next. Yes, and here she comes, Kate Hazelwood. Kate had a personal best of 22.2. This morning she'd all kinds of trouble. Wasn't a way to ski away from her 3 attempts. So let's hope lucky bib number 47 is going to do it for her today. So she just has to relax a little, go with the flow, and let's see what distance she can get on the board. So best of luck now to Kate. Kate Hazelwood in the 55 plus. Great competitor. Jumps 22.2, tricks 1,420, and gets 5.5 on the 14-meter line in her category. They are superb performances. I don't know where she gets the time with 3 kids and 3 dogs and a husband. She tells us there isn't much time left in the day. Kate is a senior British record holder. Let's wish her well now coming in for jump number 1. She's got to land one of these 3. Let's hope it's the first one. Kate Hazelwood, here she comes. Oh, yes, Kate, well done. There you go. Looks like she's around 24 meters there. 22.2 is her personal best. I wonder, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm exaggerating that. Is this a new personal best? Did she get better than 22.2? No, close. 21.8. Great performance there from Kate. 21.8 against a personal best of 22.2. Superb performance there from Kate. Kate Hazelwood, jump number 2 coming up. Personal best 22.2. She's just jumped 21.8, getting very, very close indeed. Wasn't able to land a jump in the first round, looking much better in this second one. Oh, well done, Kate. That looks like around 20, 21 meters. Let's see what Splash Eye says. So she has 21.8 on the board already. And she's equaled that on jump number 2. Very consistent. Now, Kate is number 7 off the dock. And remember, this is the amateur section. If you're watching our webcast, out of 32 jumpers in this amateur section. And for all of these, this is a huge event. They're standing on the dock next to the very best in the world. And I'm sure just being inspired by what they see. Now, Kate in the 55-plus category, so great to see these performances from this young lady. Over 55 years of age, jumping 21.8. That's a tremendous achievement. Well, we just got some big information, folks, from the tower. That 21.8 is a new British record for the 55-plus category. So we'll give Kate a big welcome home in just a moment or two. But let's see what she can do now in jump number 3. Again, very consistent. Can she hang on? Hang on, Kate. She might even have improved on that. But let's get a confirmation. We know that 21.8 is a new British 55-plus record. Has she improved on it yet again? But when she comes back to the dock area, we're going to give her a big welcome home for that new British record. Yes, she has. 22.3. A new British record. Folks, put your hands together. 55-plus new British record holder, Kate Hazelwood. Well done, Kate. Simon Wooldridge on the water. Okay, big moment now for Simon Wooldridge coming right up. He had a distance this morning of 12 meters. His personal best is 12.1. He got oh so close. So let's see, will he now be inspired by what he's just seen Kate Hazelwood do? Big moment coming up for this young man in the 45-plus category. A personal best of 12.1. Up he goes. Can he hang on to this one? Oh, very close, but couldn't quite. 2 more attempts to come. Got a 12-meter jump this morning. Personal best is 12.1. Just not riding away from jump number 1 of the second round. Well, if you're watching our webcast around the world, we hope you're enjoying it. It's a huge event. So many athletes to get through. I know if you're watching on TV, elements of it are like watching paint dry, and others are absolutely gripping. So what I tend to do is I put it on my big screen, and I watch, and I go and make a cup of tea, and then I come back and I watch, and so on. I'm sure many around the world are also doing that. Stokeskis.com. That's where you watch the webcast, and if you want to send that out by message it to your friends, feel free to do it. But it's just such a wonderful event to see all of the all amateurs, jumping 9, 10, 12 meters, rubbing shoulders with those that are breaking 70 and jumping against world record holders. Just a stunning thing to watch. Kate Hazelwood has just created a new British 55-plus jump record of 22.3. And congratulations to her. Is, of course, obviously a personal best. So we've seen personal best this afternoon so far, not just from Kate, but also from Emma Scott with her 22.4 in the under 14 category. So we're covering all of the extremes in the age categories right now. Okay, back in the water. Simon Wooldridge, personal best in the 45-plus category of 12.1. He wasn't able to ski away from that first attempt. Let's see how he gets on in jump number 2. Hang in there. Yes, he does, and skis away. Well done, Simon. So, question, 12.1 meters personal best. Did he squeeze a little more out of it? He may well have. We may have another personal. Oh, he equaled it, 12.1. Equaling his personal best with 12.1. So many famous people in our sport around here. June Fladborg, of course. We all remember June setting a women's world jump record of 57.1 meters. It feels like yesterday, but it was 2010. Can you believe it already? That was at Cray Valley Open. And, of course, Ray Stokes, Ray was there to watch that. What a very special moment that was. One we'll never forget. And I can tell you, you can't describe how happy Ray was. Probably even happier than June was herself. And she is carved in stone in the record books, having achieved 57.1 as a world record. Okay, Simon Wooldridge, he had a fall and needed 12.1. He's coming back now for his third attempt. Here he comes. Let's see if he can get himself a personal best. Okay, big moment now for Simon. Can he break 12.1? I shouldn't mention the word break. You don't like to mention that during jumping, but go further than 12.1 would be nice. Probably not, but let's see what happens. I think he's done it. I see 12.3 on the board. Oh, yes, it is confirmed. We have a new personal best on the board for Simon Wooldridge. Well done, Simon. That's the third personal best so far this afternoon. We're doing well. Mark Beard is next on the water. Okay, Mark Beard on the water. With wearing his distinctive red helmet. That's what we like to see. Easy to spot. Now remember, Mark Beard is in the over 55 category. And when you see the sort of distance that this guy is getting at over 55, is 43.7 is his personal best. Tremendous achievement. Got 35.1 this morning. Talking to Jeff Clark, and Jeff has decided he's still very sore from that fall he had this morning. Just did a little extension of his groin area, and quite rightly has decided to skip this round, and hopefully he'll feel much better tomorrow. So, Jeff, we wish you well, and hope to see you on the water tomorrow. See how you're feeling then. But Mark Beard now on the water in the 55-plus category. 43.7 a personal best. Tremendous performance for that age group. Pounding his body weight off the ramp. Looking good. He jumped 35.1 this morning. Personal best is 43.7. He didn't break the 40-meter mark on that one, but he's certainly creeping up on it. We'll watch the ski fly board now over there beside the John K. Phillips blue banner and see what number comes up. 36.8. That's better than this morning. 36.8. So Mark Beard, as with so many of the others, improving this afternoon. Now the breeze has almost vanished on us right now, apart from the German flag, which is flying especially over there for Bojan Schipner. All the other flags have decided to have a little rest. So there's just a little breeze around, but virtually none. We're watching a replay here on the big jumbo screen, outdoor, beautiful screen. And on our webcast, it still looks a little grey, but it's much brighter here, actually, than it looks on the webcast. And we are about a third of the way through the amateurs in the Stokes Pro-Am 2017 here at Hazelwood Ski World. Wherever you are around the world, you are very welcome. We hope you're enjoying it. Little break because of some drizzle this morning. Made it difficult for the driver as Mark Beard now sets up for jump number 2. He's got 36.8 on the board. Personal best of 43.7. Let's see how he gets on. Now, it's very back on his heels into the mid-30s on that occasion. Just needs to correct that on jump number 3. But let's get the distance. It's 33.4. He had 36.8 on jump number 1, so not improving on that one yet. But now he can make some corrections and come back for jump number 3. Well, for those who love numbers, and I know I'm certainly one of these, our Freddie Krueger course record here on this lake is a huge 73.5. But, well, we've got to go back to this morning to see how close anyone got to that course record of 73.5. And, of course, we saw Ryan Dodd get 70.5. So creeping up on the course record. I wouldn't be too surprised if that gets broken, the 73.5 of Freddie. The UK record is 70.2 for jumpers, and for the ladies, it's Jackie Hunter's, which goes way back at 51.5 meters. But on the water right now, it's Mark Beard coming in on his final attempt. Let's wish him well. Here he comes. Nice jump, not so much back on his heels and skiing away. Now let's just see. Personal best is 43.7. He won't have broken the 40-meter barrier, but he had a 36.8 already on the board. He's improved on that with 37.1. Well done, Mark. So that's 2 meters better than this morning. So again, another sign that skiers are getting better. Clive Wallace should be on the water next. Clive Wallace, very solid 3-eventer, 4:13 on the slalom, 2007-70 in tricks, and 33.4 on the jump ramp. He's in the 45-plus age group. Personal best, 33.4 meters. This morning we saw him get a 26.1. Didn't really quite settle in this morning. Passed on his second jump. Left the morning with 26.1. Let's see if he can get closer to PB territory now over the 30 meters, 33.4. Number 10 off the dock, Clive Wallace. Here he comes. Okay, Clive deciding to pass on this one. 2 more jumps to come. Plenty of time yet. Take a big deep breath. Make some corrections on that approach setup. And see if he can get closer to the personal best of 33.4. Well, folks, here comes the sunshine. All of a sudden, we have sun on our backs. A little breeze also picking up in the flags. That augurs well for the rest of the afternoon. Certainly, the air is also warmed up. Great to see. Earlier this morning, somebody handed in a pair of glasses here. And they are slightly pink on the sides, with Juicy Couture written on them. They look like a fairly expensive pair of glasses. If anybody is missing their glasses, they were found up behind us here, up behind the mobile homes. But I have them up here in our commentary tower. Clive Wallace on the water. His girlfriend, Gail Clark, I'm sure is watching somewhere. Electronic engineer from Leicestershire. Clive Wallace with a personal best of 33.4. Member of the British senior team, and delighted to be selected for that. Means a lot to him. But he does now want to get a score on the board. He is in the 45-plus age category and well capable of breaking 30 meters. Let's wish him well. Here he comes. Clive Wallace. It's better. Getting up there around close to 30. Something like 28, I think. We'll watch Splash Eye to get the correct score on that one. 30 exactly. Clive got 32.6 this morning, so he's capable of adding a little more to that and has a personal best of 33.4. 1 jump to come for Clive. Ian Campbell will follow as number 11 off the dock. Well, conditions improving and the breeze is picking up a little, which also helps. So the weather forecast was for a better closing to today than we had this morning. And tomorrow the forecast looks pretty good. I think we should expect sunshine and a head breeze tomorrow. So, wow, that's going to be exciting. So Clive Wallace on the water now, coming in for his 3rd attempt. Fell on his first one, 30 meters on jump number 2. Here comes the last. Again, a nice setup. That's better. He's certainly broken the 30-meter mark right there. He's got a personal best of 33.4. That looks like he's creeping up in PB territory. Let's just see what Splash Eye says. Yes, 33.1. Well, his PB is 33.4, so it's very, very close. So well done, Clive Wallace. He'll be happy with that, 33.1. Ian Campbell is already on the water. Wow, have you ever seen at any event the jumpers come out so quickly as the previous one hasn't even got back to the dock yet? Using 2 boats, 3 drivers, A.D. Asher, Paul Wharton and Tony Size makes such a difference. So Ian Campbell on the water. We saw Ian Campbell get a personal best this morning of 10 meters. Yes, 10 meters was his new personal best. He jumped a 9.9, a 9.4, and a 10. So let's see if Ian can break 10. He's in the 55 years of age group category. Over 55, should I say. No mean achievement. Let's wish him well. Ian Campbell on the water. Well, can you believe it? This is his very first season at jumping, and he's already in one of the biggest water ski jump events on the planet. So how about that for your first year on the water in jumping? Now, somebody told him to keep looking up, and boy, does he keep looking up. He's doing exactly as he was told. Here comes Ian Campbell, trying to break that 10-meter barrier. Up he goes, up he goes. And he almost skied away. Very close, Ian, very close. You'll get it next time. So what a joy it is to see such a range of jumpers on the water here. All the way from beginner jumpers up to world record holders. That was 9.6 if he skied away. His personal best is 10, so he would have been just on the heels of his personal best. Well done, Ian. Well, I believe I've been reliably informed by Jill that he has a huge amount of experience under his belt, 5 months to be precise, about 20 weeks on the water, and he's already in one of the biggest water ski jump events in the world, rubbing shoulders with the world record holders. That's some achievement. Let's wish him well. Ian Campbell going back now for his second attempt. He's got to break 10 meters. Well, for Ian to break his personal best is as difficult as anybody else, no matter what level you're at, to break your personal best. It's an achievement no matter what level you're at. So if he can break that 10, he will go home smiling. Well, if we need any medical help, Ian Campbell is the man. Consultant doctor, and again, following instructions to the letter. Ian Campbell keeping that chin up, trying to break 10 meters, that personal best set this morning. Up he goes. Can he ski away? Oh, yes, he can. Well done, Ian. I believe he at one stage stated he would never go over a jump ramp, but now he's got 5 months experience under his belt and going places. Let's see, it's 9.6, just 0.4 short of his personal best. Now, to be honest, I didn't know that Splash Eye could measure a distance of 9.6. Just shows you the versatility of this system and why it's so popular at club level, where everybody gets to see their score on the board. So Ian Campbell, he's got to be smiling now. He's got a personal best from this morning. He's just jumped 9.4. And with a little extra effort, he might clear the 2 swans on the lake out there and get a new personal best, bringing all his 5 months experience together and pushing it over the Hazelwood Ski World jump ramp. I can tell you, anyone who hasn't jumped, the first few times you go out there, it is a terrifying thing. It's like if you're into horses, jumping over a stone wall that's higher than your horse's head. And here he goes now, chin up once more, focusing. Ian Campbell on the top of that ramp, looking out over the top. The two swans are watching. Up he goes. Can he ski away? Yes, he does. Well done, Ian. Now, that was pretty close to the 10-meter mark of his personal best. He's got to be, it's 9.9. You cannot get closer to your PB than that. So 9.9, the width of a hair away from his personal best. Well, now we can see his name all over the place here. And by that, I mean the athlete on the water right now happens to be John Phillips. Now, John, believe it or not, I find it hard to believe, but he's in the over 65 category. Doesn't look like a day over 45. John Phillips, 65 plus. And here he is on the water, putting many of us to shame. Okay, we're watching those swans. Thank you. I was watching the swans over there at the John Phillips board, and they're in a pretty precarious position there because that's precisely where the jumper will be turning towards the ramp. So let's just see now as John Phillips comes down here. Is he going to have to abort this one or not? I'm not quite sure. He had 26.1 this morning. Yeah, he's going to decide to cut before the swans. A good decision, John. Up you go. And looks like he's got about a 23, 24-meter distance there. Let's hope so. He's got a personal best of 26.1, I believe. He jumped 26.1 this morning, so equal that personal best. So it's a 24.1 for John Phillips on jump number 1. So Ian Campbell, he's got to be happy with that. He jumped a 9.9 against a 10-meter personal best, really settling in on the jump ramp. And John Phillips in the over 65 category, putting us all to shame with a 24.1 and a 26-meter jump this morning. Well done, John. He's been on the water now for over 45 years. Obviously enjoys it. But his support of this event in contributing so much financially over the years to keep this Stokes Pro-Am alive is a terrific credit to him and his company and to his lovely wife, Sylvia. So, John Phillips, 24.1, jump number 1 and 2 jumps yet to come. Okay, the swans have got the message. They've stayed right out of the way. And John comes in now for jump number 2, and it's a nice one. Oh, and he skied away. Well, he was creeping up on the 30-meter mark when he landed that one. Didn't think he would pull out of it, but yes, he did. Just refuses to give in. 26.1 this morning, and that's his personal best. He's got 26.6. He's got a new personal best with that one, 26.6. Well done, John. New personal best. We've got one so far this afternoon for Emma Scott, for Kate Hazelwood, and for Simon Wooldridge. We got a national record for Kate Hazelwood with her 22.3 in her 55-plus age group. And who knows what John Phillips is capable of doing. I'm not quite sure what the 65-plus record is in the UK, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens to be John Phillips. He's just got 26.6. I wonder, is that close to whatever the 65-plus UK British jump record is? We might find somebody who has that information. Now, I'm looking at the webcast screen, and it looks very dark indeed. It's not as dark as that here. It's much brighter, in fact. But eyes on the water now. John Phillips enjoying himself. Many thanks. No, I believe the record is 28.6 in 65 category. John deciding to pass on that last one. So 26.6 is a new personal best for John, adding half a meter to his 26.1. Well done. Congratulations to our sponsor, John Phillips. Jeff Clark was listed next, but Jeff is hurting. He hurt himself this morning. He's hoping he'll be okay tomorrow. We wish you well, Jeff, and we hope we see you back here with us. And we move on in that case to, I believe it's Georgia Fern should be next on the water. Yes, having our three drivers makes such a difference, and the two identical boats. Adi Asher, Paul Wharton, and Tony Size doing a wonderful job on the driving. So Georgia Fern on the water. Now Georgia jumped 22.9 this morning. She's a personal best. Oh, I think we missed this morning. She has a personal best of 22.5, and she did 22.9 this morning. So that was a personal best we actually missed earlier on. Our apologies on that. 22.9 to Georgia Fern. So I make it 8 personal bests so far since we started. And Georgia back now in the water. And let's see what she can do against the 22.9, her new PB. Here she comes now for jump number 1. She is number 13th off the dock in this amateur section. A nice setup again. Very confident looking. And skiing away. Not quite. Looked like she had it. Georgia Fern, 1 down and 2 to go. So hopefully we will see Jeff Clark from Golden Falls in Ireland back with us in the water tomorrow. Feeling a bit sore right now if he's feeling a little better in the morning. And Georgia Fern will be going back now for her second attempt. Just falling on a jump number 1. Georgia will be followed by Paul Hammersley, Danny Jays, and Timothy Hazelwood. Tim Hazelwood will be coming up shortly. Moving very nicely indeed now, nice and smoothly. It's 3 o'clock through the amateurs before we finish up the day on a real high with our professionals who have now been seeded on this morning's scores. That means the last 3 off the dock actually haven't changed. They'll be Jack Critchley, Freddie Kruger, and Ryan Dodd. All looking forward to that. But those who were before him have changed around just a little. So we'll be calling that running order, the seeded running order for the pros a little earlier on. The Hazelwood Ski World ramp here showing on our webcast. In the background, you can see the John K. Phillips blue truck. John, as we've mentioned, our loyal financial contributor to this wonderful event, making it possible to hold it every year. And there we've got a wide view with a dark cloud up above our site of the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am event. And here comes the Malibu, and out the back is Georgia Fern. Georgia in the under 17 category here today. Great speed onto the ramp. And getting up there close to 20. Looks like about 18 meters. But she can jump 22.9 as we saw this morning. 19.9, a little better than we thought. Getting very close to the 20. Well done, Georgia. So personal best of 22.9, which she set here earlier today. That's her new target. So we've had messages from all over the world, from Singapore, from Australia, Just wishing us well, sending nice comments in here. The time lag, of course, makes it difficult for some. Sarah Green and family have gone to bed. They're recording it. They're going to take another look tomorrow. So when you get up, we hope that you enjoy it as much as we do, Sarah. And if your mum is with you, give her our best. Gaynor Gatti Sound used to come to so many of our events. In fact, the whole Gatti Sound family were one of those that we would see watching wherever we are, just as Jason's mum and dad were always everywhere we went, sitting on deck chairs, usually in the very best place you could get, whether it was in Australia or the United States or back home. Okay, on the water now, eyes out for the third and final attempt for Georgia Fern from Great Britain, under 17. And she's just broken the 20-meter mark on that. Lovely jump there from Georgia. That'll be over 20 meters, a smidgen. Let's just see how much. 21.2. So with 22.9 this morning, that personal best she achieved this morning stays intact. Okay, stand back. Here comes Paul Hammersley, next on the water. Paul with a personal best of 37.2. In the 55-plus category also. Jumped 34.9 meters this morning. Against that PB of 37.2. Paul was very proud of the fact, and quite rightly, that he dominated Senior 3 jumping until a young man called Tim Hazelwood arrived on the scene and spoiled the party. And that battle still continues. We'll see Tim out a little later. Here comes Paul Hammersley now, with that personal best of 37.2 in mind. Jump number 1 coming right up. Nice opening jump. Looks around 35, 36. Maybe a little more. Nice opening jump of 34.9 for Paul Hammersley. Jumped 34.9 this morning was his best. He's equaled that in his opening jump here today. On that personal best. Another reminder is 37.2. Well, you just have to grow in respect of that course record here set some years ago by Freddie the Nightmare Kruger at 73.5. Not an easy one to break, that's for sure. And we saw Ryan Dodd pull out all the stops earlier this morning. What a thrilling conclusion we had with 70.5. The only 70-meter jump, in fact, from Ryan Dodd on his very last attempt. All adding up to a terrific conclusion today and, of course, to the 2 rounds tomorrow. Okay, pulling out wide to start this setup. Right down this end of the lake for Paul Hammersley. 34.9 on the board. 37.2, the personal best. Might have got a little more out of jump 2, 34.9 and jump number 1. Oh. $34.5 on the board, 34.5. We will, of course, be back tomorrow. We have a full day tomorrow, another 2 rounds tomorrow. Wow, what a feast we have in store. And all of this, of course, also very importantly giving us an insight into what we might expect in the World Championships in Paris in just a few weeks' time. Last jump coming up now for Paul Hammersley. He's got 34.9 from jump number 1 on the board. Great speed again onto the base of the ram. Very steady setup. Nice kick off the surface too. And very consistent. I think he might have added a little to that 34.9 of jump number 1. Best this morning was 34.9. Yes, he's got a 35.9. And how about that for a quick turnaround as Danny Jays is back on the water. So Danny James had a 23.6 this morning. He's in the under 17, so another young talent here, getting used to what it's like on the big stage with the best in the world. Under 17 years of age, 23.6 this morning. Looks like about a 23.6 this morning, so in around, I think about the 22 mark on that one. We'll get the splash eye distance in just a moment. Danny Jays, under 17. 24 meters, 24 even. So Danny Jays had 23.6 this morning. He's pushed that now up to 24. Well, our webcast is showing our professional drone in the sky up above us here. We'll be connecting the pictures from that back into our screen, but it is being flown by a qualified pilot with all of the necessary qualifications, which is so important, and certainly knows how to fly that safely. But we'll be hoping to hook up with the pictures, but it has already been shown on our webcast. But eyes on the water now for Danny Jays. He's got 24 on the board already. And again, improving with every jump. He's number 15 off the dock. We're getting there. So 23.1 on that second jump, a little down on the first one, which was 24 meters. 2 down and 1 to go. Danny Jays. Final attempt coming up now for Danny Jays in the under 17 years of age group. Got a 23.6 this morning, got 24 on his first jump here this afternoon. And that was his final distance with the 22.8. So 24 meters will be his best in that set and best to date. Now we have a Hazelwood on the water. And anytime you hear that, you know you're in for some serious action because it's Tim Hazelwood in the over 55s. I can't believe Tim Hazelwood is over 55. No way. But that's what it says here, so it must be true. Tim Hazelwood on the water. Tim got a 46.4 meters this morning. Let's see if we can improve on that now this afternoon. Now that breeze has picked up a little. It's still a headwind. The sky has got much brighter. And there, folks, if you look at the big screen across the way, you can see the picture that we're showing from our drone. Wonderful shot of the entire lake here. I don't think our webcasters can see that, but there's a beautiful shot of the entire lake looking absolutely magnificent. Wow, what a landscape we're looking at right there. But back onto our athlete on the water, Tim Hazelwood. With a 46.4 on the board from this morning. Oh, he's left that one late. Nice opening jump from Tim, and he's just about hanging on to it. That looks like the high 40s from here. 46.4 this morning. He might even have squeezed a bit more out of that this afternoon. Look at that, 47.7. Nice opener from Tim Hazelwood. 47.1 was the best this morning. Wow, this is a new personal best, we believe, and a new 55-plus British record. Can you believe it? $47.7. Wow. So there is money in this sport after all. National records come with rubles and pound sterling. Oh, big one here for Timothy Hazelwood. That means Tim will have to buy all the drinks and it's going to cost him twice as much as his prize money. So let's see what happens. But congratulations, Tim. 47.7. Terrific achievement. 55-plus British record. Oh, and he's late on this one. Lovely jumping. Wow. Oh, he couldn't take it. I wonder what it was. That could have been a little bit more than the 47.7. No, it was 47.0, I think. Okay, but very consistent jumping. Well done, Tim. 2 down and 1 to go. So now we've had 2 British records this afternoon, both in the 55-plus age group. Kate Hazelwood coming in with 22.3 in the 55 over 55 ladies, and Tim Hazelwood coming in with 47.7 in the men over 55. Okay, Tim is calling it a day after that second one. When he comes back in towards the shoreline here, we're going to put our hands together. National record of 47.7, which is a tremendous distance for over 55 years of age. That is a real achievement. Well done to Tim. Ollie Scott, I believe, is next on the water. Here goes young Ollie Scott in the under-17s. Just looking at this morning's scores, he got a 32.8 this morning against a personal best of 36.3. Again, very respectable scores for under 17. Ollie Scott on the water. But how about Tim Hazelwood? 55 plus, national record of 47.7 meters. Look at the shot from the drone on the big screen across the way. Doesn't that look absolutely magnificent? You can see the Hazelwood Ski World ramp clearly down below as we pan across looking to where the spectator area is and all of the mobile homes. But out on the water, we're looking at our webcast now as Ollie Scott comes down for his first jump. And it's a very aggressive setup. Loaded with confidence, well over the 30-meter mark for Ollie Scott. 32.8 was the best he got this morning. Okay, 34.5 against a personal best of 36.3. He's getting right up there. Very talented young man from Yorkshire. Ollie Scott. Well, in the British Nationals, just when it was the last weekend, he got onto the podium in jump. And we can see clearly why. 34.5 on jump number 1. Little breeze now picking up a little also, and thankfully it's all heading into the front of this jump ramp. Second jump coming up now for this young man, under 17 years of age, Ollie Scott. Nice jumping from Ollie Scott. I believe he's only 14 years of age. So we'll remember the name. He's going to be around for a good few years with the sort of distances he's already getting on the board, 33.7. Ollie Scott with 33.7 and 34.5 on his previous one. That outjumps his morning score, so pushing his highest score even further, up to 34.5, with one jump remaining. So Tim Hazelwood out there in the water setting a British 55 years of age plus record of 47.7. He decided not to take his last one. Hopefully that was just because he decided it wasn't necessary and that I don't think he picked up any injury or anything like that. Ollie Scott on the water and Rodney Rowlands will be next. So he's already got 34.5 on the board. Ollie Scott. Nice jump. Looks around 35. Let's see what Splash Eyes says. Ollie Scott, just 14 years of age, 36 meters. 36 meters. Nice jumping from Ollie Scott. Well, his personal best is 36.3, and he's only 0.3 off his personal best. As we move immediately to Rodney Rowlands. And if you look out there in the water, what we see is something we haven't seen for a few hours, and that is sunshine. Coming in now for his first jump, Rodney Rollins. Well, we saw him get a 15.4 meter jump this morning. He's also in the over 55 years of age category. And hanging on there. Well done, Rodney. Looks pretty close to this morning's distance of 15.4. Again, we're getting beautiful shots from the professional drone up there in the sky. And if we look at the big screen across the way, that was a 17.1. Wow, it's a big improvement on this morning. Rodney Rollins, 17.1. So big improvement from Rodney. Against this morning's 15.4, he's got 17.1. I'm not quite sure what his personal best is. We don't have that information here, I'm afraid. So he may well have got one with that, for all we know. Jump number 2 coming up for Rodney Rollins in the 55-plus age group. 17.1 on the board, and here comes jump number 2. And he hangs in there. Very consistent. That looks like 17, 18 meters also. Very consistent. Again, admiring the drone shot up above as it flies over the jump ramp right here over our commentary tower area. 17.5 on the board. Again, he's improving every time. Now, as I say, I don't know whether that's a personal best or not. We don't have his PB here in front of us. So our webcast camera looking down on the dock now as we prepare for the next on the water. Rodney Rollins has 1 jump remaining. He's got 17.5 on the board already, building his confidence with every jump attempt and getting great speed onto the ramp. And again, that looks pretty close to 17, 18 meters, which is a big improvement on this morning. So well done to Rodney Rollins in the over 55 years of age. Wow, 19.1. We must find out what his personal best is. That could well be one. 19.1. Already out there in the water, Greg Perry, over 35 years of age. Greg Perry, 19th off the dock in this second part of the Stokes program 2017. Got a personal best of 49 meters in this over 35 years of age category. Great setup. Oh, that's a beautiful jump from Greg Perry. Jumped 47.1 this morning. He's already jumped 47.2. Well done. Big congrats to Greg Perry, out jumping his score of this morning of 47.1. He's already got it at 47.2 with 2 jumps remaining. He'll be followed by Benjamin Turp, Sanjay Outram, and Tom Poole. So we're getting some great aerial shots here that are going out on our webcast, showing the 2 lakes side by side, the mobile homes down the center of the Hazelwoods Ski World establishment. As down around the island now, we bring Greg Perry in for jump number 2. This is the 35-plus age group, and he's got 47.2 on the board already. That's another beauty. Oh, he's getting so close to that 50-meter mark. Can't get closer than 49.8. Well done, Greg Perry. No, I think that's a new PB. Yes, it is. He's just added 0.8 to his previous personal best. Well done, Greg Perry. Pushing his PB from 49 meters up to 49.8. Well, so far, my unofficial calculation is that we've had 8 personal bests so far, and we're not even halfway through the event. Who knows how this is going to end up, but 49.8 just on the 50-meter mark. Can Greg Perry somehow just got that little extra to take his PB over the 50-meter mark? Here he comes. Nice setup. Great speed onto the ramp. Good kick. Oh, he's a little bit back on his heels. Won't do it with that. So 49.8 is going to be his best of that set. Well done, Greg Perry. Next up, Benjamin Turp, next up. So now the ramp goes from 1.5 meters to 1.65 meters, and Benjamin Turp will be the first one over on the higher ramp. So already electronically controlled. The ramp is up at Ben Turp's 165 height. He'll be the first over on the 165. Ben Turp from Great Britain. Ben's personal best, as a reminder, is 39.2. Ben had a 38-meter jump this morning. Personal best is 39.2. Here he goes. Ben Turp, again, another one of these youngsters, rising youngsters, making names for themselves in the under-17 category. This will be his last year in the under-17, certainly making his mark. 38-meter score this morning. But what a great achievement from Greg Perry in the 35-plus with 49.8. Just on that 50-meter mark. Listening to the roar of the Malibu as Ben Turp pulls wide, under 17 years of age. Lovely kick off the ramp into some nice sunshine now as he exceeds the 30-meter mark. Had 38 this morning. Let's see what he gets on jump number 1 this afternoon. Breeze has dropped down again. There isn't much in the flags. So it's 35 even, 35 euro. It looked a little further than that. 35 meters for Ben Turp. Got 38 this morning. Personal best, 39.2. So Ben, the first one over on the higher ramp, the 1.65 meter ramp. Score of 35 meters on jump number 1 with 2 to come. Course record here set by the great Freddie Krueger at 73.5 meters. UK national record set by Jason Seals of 70.2, 70.2. And Jackie Hunter setting the ladies' UK record at 51.5. Okay, Ben Turp. Nice jump again. Looks like about maybe 37 meters that time. Got 38 this morning. All eyes on the Splash Eye scoreboard. $37.1. There's 2 meters to go now for personal best territory for the talent of Benjamin Turp, just 17 years of age. Next jumpers up will be Sanchia Outram, Thomas Poole, Harry Young, and Harry Spaven, the 2 Harrys together. Final jump now coming up for Ben Turp from Great Britain. 37.1 on the board. 39.2 is his personal best. Okay, couldn't quite hold on to that one, so he will go back with a 37.1 on the board. This morning he had 38. So that remains his best so far. Now we go to the ladies because we have Sanchia Outram ready to do business with the 1.65 meter jump ramp. So good luck now to Sanchia. So now the breeze has dropped down to virtually nothing if you're watching our webcast. Our webcast is showing a lot of activity down there in the dock area as we're on the 1.65 metre ramp, and we can see Thomas Poole and Sanchi Outram just making their preparations before they have their time on the water. Harry Young will be down there shortly. Also will Harry Spavin, as will Robert Hazelwood, Ben Hazelwood, Charlotte Wharton, Taryn Grant from Canada, Jutta Menestrina from Finland, Andrew Critchley and William Oliver, both from Great Britain. And that will bring us to the end of this amateur section before we wind up for a final day with the super jocks, the pros who are with us here for the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am. .335, 15:35 hours is the time here, GMT. If you're watching anywhere around the world at the Stokes Pro-Am, we know that Sarah Green over there in Perth in Western Australia is fast asleep in bed with all of the family. And she's put us on record to have a look in the morning and watch to see if she missed any of the action. So wearing that distinctive red helmet, Sanchi Outram is ready to go in the under 21s. There she goes, Sanchi Outram on the water, ready to go. Personal best is 40.8, 40.8. She got the best this morning was 36.4. Now she'll want to get closer to 40 to leave here, feeling happy. If she can break 40.8, she's going to be ecstatic. Well, we know many people know Sanchi Outram as a tricker. She's the 2017 Open Trick Champion here, and the 2017 Under 21 Jump Champion also. That personal best of 40.8 is now about to be tested. Here she comes in jump number 1. Not to be tested yet. Passing on jump number 1. Glorious sunshine now coming out as we move into the middle of the afternoon. 25 minutes to 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, GMT. Just on the outskirts of Lincoln at Hazelwood Ski World. Driver Adi Asher out there enjoying himself as Sancha takes off for her second attempt. No score in jump number 1. Tom Poole and Harry Young and Harry Spavin all preparing themselves around the dock area. They'll be on the water shortly. Coming to the closing stages now of the amateur part with a total of 31, I think it was, athletes in this section. It's a huge amount of jumping. 2 full rounds again coming up tomorrow. I believe we're starting again sharp at 9 o'clock in the morning, so do make sure you're down nice and early in time so we don't lose any time on the water. Sun shining. Looks glorious out there at the moment. So 36.6 is the distance for Sanchi Outram on her second attempt. 36.6 meters on the board. Personal best, a reminder again, is 40.8. Sanchi improving on her morning performance of 36.4. Just nailing 36.6 to the board with one attempt remaining. So last one of the day for Sanchi Outram with 36.6 on the board. It's her best of the day so far. Great speed onto the ramp, but just losing it a bit in the air. But that speed will have given her some distance in spite of just the problems controlling it in the air. Let's just see. .9 is on the board. So 36.6 will be her best of the morning and afternoon so far. She'll carry that forward to tomorrow. Okay, here we go with Thomas Poole next on the water. Tom ready to go with that very distinctive helmet, the black and red stripes. Always great to see, so it's easier to identify the jumper involved. Tom Poole next on the water. Here he goes, under 21 category, Tom Poole. Now, Tom, we know, is a personal best of 50.7. Struggled a bit this morning, just couldn't get into the rhythm. Settled for 44.1 this afternoon. Okay, let's see what Tom can do now this afternoon. He has 44.1 on the board, but a personal best of 50.7. That's looking better. That's a nice jump. So we're looking at kicking off with the high 40s there this afternoon. 44.1 was the best this morning. That's a promising start to the afternoon for the big talent of Tom Poole. Personal best on slalom courses, 4 boys in the 10.75. Very impressive. Grade 3 eventer. Tricks 5,620. So, okay, 46.9. That'll get him warmed up. 46.9. But it's better than his distance of this morning. And creeping up on that personal best of 50.7. With the big roar of the Malibu coming into sight, Tom Poole, 46.9 on the board, 50.7 is his personal best. Glorious sunshine now. as Tom sets up for his second attempt. Looking good. Nice kick, nice lift, nice float. That's more like it. Creeping up on that 50-meter marker boy out there. He's already got 46.9. He might have improved a little on that in that second attempt in glorious sunshine. It's exactly the same as the first jump, 46.9. He may well get a rewrite on that second jump. We'll wait until we get confirmation. So glorious weather right now. All the jackets coming off, warm sunshine. Absolutely beautiful. And as far as we can see, it looks like this is about to continue all the way through tomorrow. So I think we should have a fabulous second day here at the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am. Time now is 3:45. Greenwich Mean Time here in Lincoln at the Hazelwood Ski School. And it is, of course, the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am. I think we're just explaining. Not sure if he's getting a rewrite or not. Thomas Poole is having a little discussion there with the boat judge. Okay, just been confirmed. Tom Poole has 2 jumps yet to come. So we'll see what distance comes up. He might opt not to take the rewrite. He's got a 46.9 battened down anyway. So let's just see what happens on this one. Tom Poole with a personal best of 50.7. He's got 46.9 on the board, which is an improvement on the early morning score. Here he comes. Oh, way back on his heels, and luckily was able to pull himself out of that. Would imagine he will take, I think he will take the reride. So taking the rewrite as he heads back now for his final attempt. Harry Young is getting ready, Harry Spavin is getting ready, and Robert Hazelwood are getting ready as we move now closer to the end of the first full day of the amateurs here at the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am. Here he comes. Nice setup now for Thomas Poole as he pulls out wide over towards the John Phillips sign and drifting down towards the Stokes Tower. Tremendous speed into the ramp, perhaps too much, deciding to pass. So opting to accept the 46.9. And that is 2 meters, 2.5 meters longer than his distance of earlier today. So building up getting better and better round to round. We move on now to Harry Young will be next. Well, Harry Young gave us some real thrills this morning. He had a personal best of 47.6. He actually jumped 47.5 this morning. We might be about to see a new personal best coming up here, so we keep our fingers crossed for Harry Young. Great jumping this morning with 47.5. He's in the under 21 category. We just got 8 more jumpers now left in this amateur section before we move in to the pros. Everybody really looking forward to that. Lovely conditions now. The breeze has really dropped down quite a lot. The warm sunshine makes such a difference. And we're ready for a super ending to what has been a fabulous day. Under 21 now, Harry Young on the water. Personal best, 47.6, and he got 47.5 earlier today. So let's see, can he give himself something better than 47.6 and get a new PB? Here he comes. Lovely jumping from young Harry Young. And it's a big 48.8 meters. Lovely jumping against a personal best of 47.6. We have another personal best. 48.8. Well done, Harry Young. So he's added 1.2 meters onto his personal best with that opening performance. 40, what was it? Let me check and see. This morning, Harry Young got 47.5. He's now got 48.8 against that PB of 47.6. Great, great jumping, Harry Young. Certainly going to see this young man in the 50s very soon. Still in the under 21s. Lovely jumping from this young man, getting so close to that 50-meter mark. .9. He's done it again. Wow. Are we going to see a 50-meter jump here today from this young man? Wow. He came here with a personal best of 47.6. He's pushed to the 48.8, and now he's up to 49.9. Well done, Harry Young. Coming back around the island, this young man all the way from Gateshead is on a roll right now. 48.8 and a 49.9 in one session, both personal bests, and one jump yet to come. Here it is. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Didn't make the 50 meter, but got very close. Great, great jumping from this young man. Finishing up with a 48.8. So 2 personal bests in 1 round. Fantastic achievement from young Harry Young. Well done, Harry. Harry Spaven is out next. Let's see if the name Harry is the lucky one today for both of these young men. Earlier today, we saw Harry Spaven jump a big 54.9. So Harry Spaven, this morning we saw him jump 54.9. He's got a personal best, I believe a 59.7, just on that magical 60-meter mark. Let's see if this young man, currently studying in Lafayette, Louisiana, let's see what he can do. Great overaller, also gets 5 on the 11.25 line, tricks 7,790, jumps 59.7. What a fantastic collection of performances. Certainly to be proud of, but 49.9, the new PB for Harry Young. So looking for a big one here, folks. Looking to break that 50-meter barrier. Lovely setup. Not quite happy. Passing on jump number 1. Still nobody has claimed these glasses that were handed in with the slightly pink side bands on them. If anybody's missing a pair of glasses with kind of pink enamel sides, have we found the owner? Oh, well done. Harry Spaven passing on jump number 1, coming back now for jump number 2. That's great. We found the owner of the glasses. Harry Spaven now passing on jump number 1. Pressure building a little here. He got 54.9 this morning. His personal best is 59.7. Glorious sunshine. So we'll have a distance on the board for Harry, and it is 55.5 meters. Excellent jumping. Improving on his 54.9 of this morning and getting closer and closer to his personal best of 59.7. So Hazelwood Ski World now blazing in sunshine, enjoying this warmth of the sun after a grey and dismal morning, looking absolutely gorgeous out there right now. We could do with a little more headwind, at least it's from the right direction, but there isn't a great deal out there. Harry Spavin now got 54.9 this morning. He's just jumped 55.5. His personal best is 59.7. Let's see what happens on this final attempt. Looks like about 53, 54. Very consistent jumping. So it's a 54.7, so taking back 55.5 as his best one of the afternoon. We move on now to Rob Hazelwood is next on the water. What a star we have here. Rob Hazelwood with his personal best of 60.6. This morning we saw Rob jump 59.1 just on the 60-meter mark. Not that far off personal best territory of 60.6. This new PB which he achieved is only, over a week old. So big congratulations to Rob Hazelwood, and let's see now what Rob can do. But when you look at his performances in all three events, 4 boys on the 10.75 can trick 8,500 points and jump 60.6. Stunning achievements in all 3 events. What a star, young Rob Hazelwood. He was with us at Callaway Gardens in Georgia this year for the Nautique Masters. We saw him take the silver medal in junior men's slalom. We also saw him take it in tricks, jump, and overall. Junior World Slalom Champion, and of course, Open National Slalom Champion. What a talent this young man has, Rob Hazelwood. One of our talented group of Stokes skiers, bringing all that talent now here to the Hazelwood Ski World. And let's see what he can do in jump number 1. Here comes the big talent of Robert Hazelwood. So deciding to pass on attempt number 1, 2 attempts yet to come. Robert Hazelwood. Okay, just making a little adjustment out here on the water. And we'll be right back with you in just a moment. But glorious sunshine down on the dock. We can see June Fladborg. June Asher Fladborg. Smiling in the evening sunshine. Must be such a thrill to have a world record on your biography that's there forever. And June doing it on the day that Ray Stokes was with her made it even more special. So nothing more dramatic than just a buoy or a buoy coming off in the jump course. We're just going to replace that. It'll just take a second or two, and we will be back out on the water very shortly. Now, on the webcast, we are seeing serious people asleep. We're seeing close-ups of some of the big stars here around the bank area, going global. But certainly much more comfortable conditions now as people stripping off the tops here, looking down on the dock. A lot of equipment down there. Some of the superstars lining up here to get back out on the water shortly. Robert Hazelwood, Ben Hazelwood, Charlotte Wharton, Taryn Grant from Canada, Jutta Menestrina from Finland, Andrew Critchley and Will Oliver from Great Britain. And that will bring our amateurs to a close. And then we will open the door for the pros with Daniel Dobringer from Austria will be the first out on the water. Remember, the pros will have been seeded from the first round, whereas the amateurs are running in the same order. Well, apologies to everyone watching our webcast. We're just replacing a buoy out there in the water. I hope you didn't think we'd all fallen asleep. The buoy is now being replaced. We're bringing the boat back to the dock shortly. Robert Hazelwood has passed on his first jump. He has two more yet to come. That talented young man will be out there shortly. He jumped a 59.1 earlier today. He's got a personal best of 60.6. The sun is out, glorious sunshine. We can see it reflecting off his bright red helmet down there on the dock. And it looks like we are ready to go. So time to get the cameras out in this lovely sunshine, pick up all the colors, shots we can look at during the winter, and cast our memories back to the lovely days we had here at the edge of the lake. Stokesskis.com is the webcast address. If anyone around the world wants to send that message to their pals, text it, message it, Facebook it, whatever you want. It is Stokesskis.com. Big thank you again to our sponsors, John K. Phillips and Sylvia, to Stokes Skis, to James Metcalf, his company Asset ICT, doing such great work on the web, and of course to Malibu. Okay, here comes the roar of the beautiful big Malibu. Let's get the cameras out and savor the moment. Here he comes. What a beautiful control jump from this young man, Robert Hazelwood. Rob has just come in with a 57.9. So the longest jump of the afternoon so far, 57.9. Jumped 59.1 this morning. But this afternoon, 57.9, heading the pile. So let's just see now on his last one coming up as Robert Hazelwood passes over to Ben. Ben already down on the dock and ready to go. Time is just 10 past 4. We're doing very nicely indeed. Now, it's been a whopping day, big day, with a little weather interruption and still working very well for us. Here he comes, last jump, Robert Hazelwood. Personal best, 60.6. Oh, that's kicking beautifully, lovely float. Closer and closer to that 60-meter buoy. Just looks a bit frustrated out there today, but wow, he just got that new personal best of 60.6 just about a week ago. And once you get into those 60s, that's when it becomes very special indeed. So looking at the Splash Eye board, let's see what number we get up there before we move on to Ben Hazelwood. Looks like 57.4 from here. Yes, confirmed at 57.4, so 57.9. His previous jump is the longest one of the afternoon. So now back to Ben Hazelwood. Ben's personal best happens to be 53.6. Again, very strong overall athlete. 2 boys at 12, tricks 4,000 points. 53.6 on the jump ramp. So Ben with a personal best of 53.6. We saw him jump 48.3 this morning. And let's just see now if we can add something onto that 48.3 this afternoon. We just have 5 more jumpers now in the amateur section. Charlotte Wharton will be next, followed by Taryn Grant and Yuta Menestrina. So we have 3 ladies coming right up. Always very exciting to watch as we do the big turn around the man-made island down there at the far end. A.D. Asher applying all his skills to creating that lovely facility, which really prevents the backwash and makes the whole thing work so much better for jumpers. So Ben Hazelwood, here he comes. He's in the under 21s. He's a personal best of 53.6. He jumped 48.3 this morning, and let's see what he can do now to improve on that. Nice opening jump. Looked around, what would you guess, about 48 meters, something like that? Nice opening jump. As we can see on the Splash Eye board, 47.6 on jump number 1 for Ben. Ben Hazelwood, personal best, 53.6. Just jumped 47.6, jumped 48.3 this morning. So we'll want to get closer to that 50-meter barrier. Let's see if he can do it. Here he comes. So a slight improvement there, pushing it from 47.6 to 48. Got 48.3 this morning. Very consistent jumping. Personal best, 53.6. So certainly Ben would like to get into the 50s. That would make quite a difference. Let's see what happens. 47.6 and 48 this afternoon and 48.3 this morning. So with 3 ladies coming up now, we're going to enjoy this, watching the talents of Charlotte Wharton, Taryn Grant, and Jutta Menestrina. So we've got Great Britain, Canada, and Finland coming right up. Final jump coming up now for young Ben Hazelwood. Very consistent jumping here for Ben. A 49.5. That's his best so far. 49.5, just under that 50-meter mark. Well done, Ben. Now we move to the ladies. 3 ladies in a row. We're going to enjoy this. So first on the dock, Charlotte Wharton. Charlotte has a whopping personal best of 47.7. We saw her get very close this morning with 46.9. Under 21 European African jump champion, under 17 world jump champion, and junior masters overall champion. That's about as good as it gets. Charlotte Wharton on the water from Lincoln. This is her area. This is her town. Grade 3 eventer gets onto the 11.25 line in slaloms. Tricks 5,070. Jumps 47.7. So just 5 jumpers to go. Distances so far, we saw Greg Perry with a 49.8, Benjamin Turp at 37.1, Sanchi Outram with 36.6, Thomas Poole with 46.9, Harry Young with a 49.9, Harry Spaven with 55.5, Robert Hazelwood with a 57.9, and Benjamin Hazelwood with a 49.5. Here she is, Charlotte Wharton, first of the 3 ladies, back to back. Personal best, 47.7. Just on the 40-meter mark. Nice opening jump. So 42.3, very nice opening jump for Charlotte. Personal best is 47.7, and this morning she got 46.9. So plenty left within Charlotte Wharton's talents out there. Let's see what she can add to that 42.3. 2 jumps remaining. She'll be followed by Canada's Taryn Grant, by from Finland, Jutta Menestrina, and then from Great Britain, Andrew Critchley and Will Oliver. Here she comes, second jump for Charlotte Wharton. Again, jumping into the 40s. Would like to be in the high 40s. 42.3 on jump number 1. Oh, 46.9. That's more like it. 46.9. She got a 46.9 this morning. That was the best jump she had this morning. In fact, she's equaled that. 1 jump remaining. Let's see if she can add a little more. Charlotte Wharton with a personal best of 47.7. Very close now. Just 0.8 off a personal best on that second one. Great performance. Our jumpers and spectators now enjoying the warm sunshine here at the edge of the Hazelwood Ski World Lake. Beautiful conditions right now. So final jump now for Charlotte Wharton. Let's see what she can do. 46.9 on the board. Personal best 47.7. She's awfully close. Looks around the same area, 46, 47. So 46.9, and that remains the best of the afternoon for the great talent of Charlotte Wharton. Now we move to Canada. We have the privilege now of watching the talents of Taryn Grant next on the water. Taryn Grant, one of the few ladies in the world who can jump over 50 meters, jumps 51.3. Brenda Nichols-Baldwin over there in the United States was the very first lady in the world to exceed that 50-meter barrier some years ago. But Taryn, what a three-eventer. Two boys on the 10.75, tricks nearly 5,000 points and jumps 51.3. Last year in the Pan Am Championships, we saw her take second place in jump and third in slalom. She's won just about every title there is back in Canada. Very popular young lady, but wow, what a talent. Two on the 10.75, 5,000 thereabouts in tricks and jumps 51.3 meters. Always smiling, always happy, this young student who's currently down with all of the others in Lafayette in Louisiana, enjoying the life of water skiing and studying down there in the bayou. Okay, here she is, Taryn Grant from Canada. She jumped 49.1 this morning. That personal best again, 51.3. Let's see what she can do this afternoon. Beautiful jumping. High 40s there, looks around 47, 48, something like that. Let's see what Splash Eye says. So it's a big 47.2, 47.2. For Taryn Grant of Canada. Had a 49.1 this morning, so she's capable of adding a bunch more onto that. And again, a reminder, her personal best is 51.3. She'll be followed by Jutta Menestrina from Finland, Andrew Critchley from Great Britain, and William Oliver, also from GBR. So let's see if we can get Taryn Grant closer to that 50-meter barrier. She'd so love to do that. Virtually certain we'll see her in Paris at the World Water Ski Championships in a place called Choisy-le-Roi, just close to Orly Airport. Here she comes. Lovely jumping, 46.3, very consistent. One jump remaining. So 47.2 on jump number one. So the best this afternoon from the men was 57.9 from Robert Hazelwood. Best from the ladies so far, Taryn Grant with a 47.2. Final jump coming up now for Taryn Grant. What a difference some sunshine makes. Everyone is out here getting warmed up in the sunshine, really enjoying the spectacle of the 2017 Stokes Pro-Am. Last jump now for Taryn Grant. Can she get closer to that personal best of 51.3? Won't be on that one. I think that first jump, 7.2, that's going to be her best of that set. So finishing up with 43.2, jump number 1, 47.2, the best of the set for Taryn Grant. We go all the way now to Finland, and this time to Jutta Menestrina, known to many as Jutta Lami before she got married about 2 years ago. Wishing her well. We saw Jutta just a few weeks ago on the podium at the World Games in Poland. What an experience that must have been. So Mrs. Menestrina used to be Jutta Lami. Personal best is 54.6 meters. At the World Games, she got the bronze medal with a big distance of 47.7 in tricky conditions. Just before that, she was in Russia at the Vladimir Filin event, where she took silver medal there with a distance of 50.0. One of our consistent performers in our World Cup series. We were just counting recently, by the way, those who might be interested in numbers. We added up all the prize money that we've given out in our World Cup series since we started, and it's now just on about $6 million. $6 million has been the prize payout to our athletes, and delighted we are to be able to have offers, to be able to offer that to our athletes who work so hard and sometimes don't get an awful lot of compensation for that. But here we go now. Watch this closely. Jutta Menestrina on the water, jump number 1. Nice opening jump from Jutta. $46.8. Well, we saw Jutta jump 42.6 this morning against that personal best of 54.6. Getting up there closer and closer to that 50-meter mark. Jutta Menestrina, she's third last off the dock in the amateur event. We've got Andrew Critchley on the dock. We've got Will Oliver on the dock. They will be the last two before we will move over to the men, who will kick off with Daniel Dobringer and Stephen Critchley on the 1.65-meter ramp before we push it all the way up to 1.8 meters. And Emil Ritter from Chile will be the first over on the 1.8-meter ramp. Here we go. Second jump, Jutta Menestrina from Finland. Oh, it's a big one, 49.2 on the board. Oh, just short of that 50-meter barrier. We saw her jump. Well, she had a fantastic set this morning, 52.6. Her set, in fact, was a 52.6 and a 51.7. Creeping up now, she's got a 46.8 and a 49.2. And on this third one, can she get into the 50-meter mark? Let's hope she can. Preparing now, Andrew Critchley and William Oliver will be the last two in the amateur event, and they're down on the dock and raring to go. But one more jump coming up now for Jutta Menestrina from Finland. Here we go. Can Yuta break the 50-meter barrier? She got 49.2 on that last one. Here we go. Leaving it late on this one. Getting into that lower corner. A nice kick off the edge. Let's see what Mr. Splash Eye has to say over there on the far side, beside the John Phillips, hoarding as we watch and wait. Those of us who've been around a few years remember the time when we had three towers on the bank with 6 people manning them, where it would take maybe 20 minutes to get each score out, and now it's absolutely instant, thanks to the technology created and developed by Ireland's Donald Connolly over there at Golden Falls Water Ski Club. Made such a difference. 48.9, but 49.2 is the best in that set, but she did have a 42.6 this morning. Okay, we're down to the last two now. Andrew Critchley is next on the water. Here we go. Second last jumper on the water, Andrew Critchley. Well, we saw Andrew a little earlier on today jump a whopping 56 meters. Robert Hazelwood with the longest jump for the men so far. Under 21 years of age and still clocking up a 57.9. Let's see now what Andrew Critchley can do. He had a 56-meter jump distance this morning. Nice opening jump. Just showing a quick replay on our webcast. Hope you're enjoying it around the world, folks. The time here, Greenwich Mean Time, is 20 to 5 in the afternoon. Lovely conditions. There's virtually no breeze at the moment around the jump area. 55.7 is the distance on jump number 1. This morning he jumped at 56 meters, so he's pretty much on the button. Let's just see now what he can add to that. But the lead right now is held by Robert Hazelwood with a big 57.9. Yuta Menestrina leading the ladies with a 49.2 this afternoon, but she had a 52.6 this morning. Now, of course, it is the best over the 2 days, so it doesn't really all come together until we get down to the end. Going to be a little difficult to track, but we'll do the paperwork tonight, so it'll be a little easier tomorrow. Here she comes now. Here he comes. Andrew Critchley, jump number 2. He's got 55.7 on the board already. Lovely jumping. Middle 50s again, very consistent. Okay, he's getting up there, 57.2 on jump number 2. That's his longest today. He had a 56 this morning. Now he's got all the way up to 57.2. But still behind Robert Hazelwood, who has a 57.9. Getting very close now to the end of the amateurs already. I can see Daniel Dobringer and Emil Ritter getting ready there in the dock area. Steve Critchley is also down there, ready for his turn. But Andrew Critchley is coming in now. He's got 57.2 on the board already. Oh, it's a very aggressive setup. Kicking off the top, lovely float as he drifts down towards that 60-meter mark, that elusive mark. I don't think he's quite made it, but he is creeping up on it, that's for sure. Lovely set there from Andrew Critchley. 55.7 and a 57.2. Let's see what jump number 3 comes out at. Just watching the screen, a 51.1. 57.1, should I say, 57.1. Well, he still hasn't taken the lead away from Robert Hazelwood, who has 57.9. It is close, but a 57.1, very respectable distance indeed, as we move on now to Will Oliver. So this morning we saw Will Oliver get a 51.1. We know he's got a personal best. It goes back a few years. 4 years back, it was 63.5 back then. This young man involved in property development all the way over there in Manchester. Grade 3 eventer, won on 10.75 line, slalom, tricks 5,560 and jump 63.5 on a good day. Member of the British team in the under-21s. And here he goes, Will Oliver in the lovely afternoon sunshine. The time now coming up to 20 minutes to 5 GMT, wherever you are in the world. Lovely evening sunshine. Our spectators here sitting out on their mobile home decks, on their deck chairs along the grass, enjoying themselves at this superb location. So just 3 jumps remaining now in the amateur section. All by one athlete, Will Oliver, and here he comes on jump number 1. Pretty close to that 50-meter mark. .51 meters. Well, earlier today, Will Oliver had a 51.1. He's now got a 51. Pretty consistent jumping. Let's just see if he can add to that. He's got 2 jumps remaining, and then we move straight into the pros. Jump number 2 coming right up. That's more like it. Let's get a distance out here. 51 on jump number 1. Looks like a big improvement, jump number 2. Splash Ice scoreboard says yeah, just looking at 51.4. It looked further than that. That's the distance, 51.4. That's an improvement on the morning score of 51.1 up to 51.4 with 1 jump remaining before we move straight into the pros. Now we'll keep the jump ramp at the 1.65 for the first 2 jumpers on the water. They will be Daniel Dobringer from Austria and Stephen Critchley from Great Britain, and then we'll put it up to 1.8 meters. Here we go, last of the amateurs. Will Oliver, 51.4 on the board. Let's see if he can add anything to that. Very consistent around that same mark with all 3 jumps. So 52.3 is an improvement. 52.3 finishing up for Will Oliver of Great Britain.